What's up YouTube? This is your boy AfroJoeTCG, and today I want to show you guys my take on the Dinosaur True King Deck post the release of the Dinosaur Structure Deck and before Maximum Crisis. So that means when Maximum Crisis comes out or the week of beforehand, I'm going to post a new deck profile showcasing the Dinosaur deck with the upcoming support, so you guys will have an idea of what the deck will sort of look like when it finally comes to TCG. But before that, I want to show you guys what we have in store now and what you guys will probably be seeing quite often in your locals or even at regional level if you have one coming up. And honestly, this deck is pretty fun, pretty cool to use. It's still in the prototype stages, so if you guys have any thoughts or insight or any tips, like I've been saying in all my other videos, put them in the comment section down below, and I'd be very appreciative if you did that. So to get started with the deck real quick, we have two Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which is your boss monster. So to sum up what this card does, it is a BLS summoning condition. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. It has the ability during either player's turn, the book of Eclipse your opponent's field, and if it attacks a defense position monster, you can send it to your graveyard without having to actually battle it, and then deal 1000 burn damage to your opponent. And it's level 10, so you can actually use it to go for Gustav Max, which is pretty dope. So if you have two of these on board, you can, and you don't have OTK, don't worry, this card makes it OTK. Then for the floaters, you run your 3 Babysaurus and your 3 Pteranodon, and Babysaurus brings out any level 4 lower dinosaur type monster. Pteranodon brings out any level 4 or higher dragon type monster from your deck to your side of the field. And in combination, these two pretty much get all your plays off from your deck. Then you have your Oviraptor, which basically has 3 effects in one. So it allows you to add any dinosaur type monster from your deck to your hand. You can send any dinosaur type monster from your deck to your graveyard, and that's either or. You have to pick one or the other. And its other effect is if you control a level 4 lower dinosaur type monster on your side of the field other than itself, you can destroy it to bring out any dinosaur type monster from your graveyard to your side of the field, which is pretty nasty. And then on top of that, you have your 3 Phantasmal Miscellaneosaurus. My bad. In the TCG, it's just called Miscellaneosaurus. But this card has 2 effects as well. So its first effect is a hand trap effect. So you can send it to a graveyard during every player's turn from your hand. Your opponent, discard it specifically, which means that technically speaking, your Macrocosms won't hurt this card, but that's besides the point. So its first ability basically is your opponent during the main phase is sent to the graveyard from your hand by its effect. Your opponent's card effects will not affect any downside monsters on your side of the field during that main phase. And then its second effect is if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard, and then special summon a dinosaur type monster from your deck to your side of the field whose level is equivalent to the amount of dinosaurs banished by the Miscellaneosaurus' effect, which is pretty nice. So you can get a Tyranno Infinity, which is the next card I'm going to show you guys. And if you banish 4, that's automatically a 4k attack Tyranno Infinity right then and there, which is pretty busted. And like I said, combined with your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, you have a lot of OTK potential of Tyranno Infinity, which is pretty nasty. 1 Rescue Rabbit and your 3 Megalo Smashers, because Rescue Rabbit engine requires you to have normals. Megalo Smasher I picked specifically because it has the highest attack, and it's a water type, so it allows me to actually go for the Bahamut Shark play to make totally awesome, which is pretty nice to have. 1 Doldoran because it's a searchable kaiju in the deck. 3 True King, the Earth one. It's the best one to have in this deck. I'm not running any of the others, especially the Fire one, because the Fire one can brick. But basically, this card is you can pop 2. If you can destroy two monsters you control or in your hand, and as long as one of them is the Earth, and bring it to your side of the field. Ideally, you want to pop both your babies, and what will happen is if you pop 2 Earths, he can banish up to 3 monsters from your opponent's extra deck from the game, which is really, really nice. So you get free look in your opponent's extra deck, and you can remove some key threats from there as well. And then if you can pop the babies, you get 2 cards from, you get get OTK. You can go True King, pop both of these, get a copy of Miscellaneosaurus and Soul Devouring Oviraptor, or you can get Tyranno Infinity and Oviraptor, use Oviraptor's effect in order to search out a copy of Conductor Tyranno, banish the 2 babies, bring out Tyranno, and then you just have game from there, which is pretty nasty. And then I run the rank 3 engine of the 3 Spearoid Terratop and the 1 Titan board. The reason I'm doing this is because it gives me access to a turn 1 Totem Bird, which is nice, a turn 2 Bright Sword, which is pretty sweet, or Leviair, which is actually a card that my friend recommended to me. Leviair allows you to bring out any of your banished dinosaurs, which is really nice to have as well. So if you banish the Miscellaneosaurus or your Tyranno Infinity or your Oviraptor, you can just bring it back and get some plays off from there as well, which is really, really nice to have. And that's it for the monsters. It's 28, which I do understand is a little bit higher for the average dinosaur deck, but it's been working well for me so far. And then onto the spells, I run 3 Fossil Dig. Searching your dinosaurs is really, really nice to have. 2 Lost World, which is a really busted card. So what this card does, outside of making non-dinosaurs lose 500 attack and defense, is when a dinosaur is summoned to your side of the field once per turn, you can basically put a token onto your opponent's side of the board in defense position, and while the token is on board, your opponent cannot target any of... Actually, it can't target any monster in general with card effects except for that token. And then also, if a normal monster would be destroyed, you can destroy dinosaur type monsters from your hand or deck equal to the number of normal monsters that would be destroyed instead, which is really cool. So if you have a combination of Lost World, Dark Hole, and Rescue Rabbit, you pretty much have game. Because you can Rescue Rabbit into your 2 Megalo Smashers, activate Lost World, Dark Hole, and then you'll be able to destroy your 2 Babysaurus in your deck instead. Bring out a 3rd Megalo Smasher, bring out a Soul Devouring Oviraptor, and then you can use Oviraptor's effect to search out your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, banish your 2 popped Babysaurus, bring Tyranno out, and that's just over, I believe that's like 11,000 points of damage right then and there, which is crazy, off of just 3 cards. And that specific combo is situational, but you can still do some crazy plays with Lost World. And then 1 Terraformer to search it out. And then you have your 2 Instant Fusion to bring out Norden, which allows you to do some combo extensions, 2 Dark Hole, board wipe, and combos well with Lost World, and 2 Twin Twister. If you go second, you want to remove back row. Like, you want to remove the Mirror Forces and the Strikes and everything, which is why I'm running Twin Twister. And that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards. Onto the extra deck, you have 1 Norden. Like I said, Instant Fusion Norden is just amazing. 1 Leviair to bring out your banished dinosaurs. 1 Totem Bird for spell and trap negation. 1 Fanland Brightsword to pop a target your opponent controls, and it combos well with Lost World. Totally awesome Bahamut Shark for the Bahamut Shark play. 1 Abyss Dweller for graveyard negation. 1 Dedusta Emerald to resurrect your Megalo Smasher and to recycle cards like Norden or your other dinosaurs or your Spirit Terratops for that matter back into your deck. Your 1 copy of Dada Samurai for OTKs. Testel for just bouncing cards. 1 copy of Dolta and Lagia for effect and spell and trap negation and summon negations. Basically your Utopia package, just get over anything in the game in general. And then 1 copy of Gustav Max, because if you have 2 of these and Gustav Max, you're pretty much ensured game right then and there. And that concludes the entire dinosaur deck. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Comment in the comment section down below what you guys think about the deck. Is there anything you guys would change? What if you guys play this deck as well? What do you guys play as differently from mine? Like I said earlier, I'm curious to know what you guys think. And like I said, this is a prototype, so there's a lot of room to be made. So if you have any opinions whatsoever, put them in the comment section down below. I take all criticism very well, and I definitely look forward to communicating with you guys. So once again, this is AfroJoeTCG. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.